So what just happened was Cathy got really frustrated by her excitement to meet that other dog, and then became frustrated that there was a boundary in place. She is a strong, independent woman that doesn't like other people putting boundaries in her way. So what we saw is reactivity, which means she barked and she lunged, and it looked like something that could be called aggression. But what it is, and it's actually frustration. It's boundary frustration. So I was not able to impactfully teach Cathy in those moments where her brain is already switched over into reacting to something that she's frustrated about. So I waited for the dog to get enough space and for her to choose to come down emotionally before I started working with her. Yes, Cathy! And what I'm doing now is I'm rewarding calm observation of that other dog by marking her calm engagement with a yes. Yes, what a good girl! And I'm treating her behind the trigger. Find it. Find it. Because what I'm trying to teach her to do is that when she sees something that's frustrating to her, she needs to make the choice on her own without barking and jumping and lunging at the fence to come away from it and come to check in with her person that's in charge of the situation. So I'm going to give her a minute to cool down.
Give me that thing. Give me that toy. Good girl. Good girl, Cathy. What are we gonna do now?
Oh, so Cathy, she's a sweet girl. She's very energetic.
She likes a lot of attention, and even if another dog is around, she's wanting, that dog to pay attention to her too.
Cathy, well, she's a good dog. She's sweet. She's high energy. She's always happy when she gets her turn outside. In fact, she prefers outside.
So Cathy, when people come to see her in the shelter, she's a very anxious dog. She doesn't like being in the runs. She barks, she turns, she's very anxious. A lot of people take that as aggression. And she is a very loving, sweet dog that just needs to be out of the shelter, somewhere where she can be a little more comfortable, and somewhere where she has routine and normalcy. When we take her out in the car, we take her out for car rides, we take her out on field trips to the park, to downtown Urbana, and she absolutely loves riding in the car. She has wonderful manners. When we get her, downtown, she just spends her entire time sniffing, looking around, just taking it all in. Just a completely different dog than she acts like in the shelter. A lot of times when people come to see her, this just isn't a good environment for her. So she doesn't have the opportunity to really show a potential adopter her really fun, loving side.
Easy. So anytime she puts tension on that leash, I'm going to give her a warning, easy. And the walk stops until she makes the choice to slack up again. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Ice break. All right, Cathy, let's go. Go, 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 go. Yes, good girl. All right, ready? Let's go. Now this is a huge adoptable skill. Cathy used to pull like she was on a mission to rip somebody's arm out. But if an adopter comes to meet Cathy and she walks on a leash like that, her adoptability tanks. Easy. So what I'm teaching her to do is to learn that tension in the leash means that she's got to slack up. And that's going to open up the doors for a lot of adopters for her. Ready? Let's go. Walk. Cathy. Yes. Walk. Good girl. Cathy. Walk. Yes, what a good girl. Oh, good girl. So how was Cathy's week?
Cathy was fine. She was out lying, yesterday she was out lying upside down on the picnic table getting her belly rubbed.
She's been more snuggly. She's gaining a little bit of weight. So have you noticed the kennel
She's
stress?
still spinning. I go in the morning and a lot of times she's just lying up there.
Yeah.
She spins when she gets excited, which is when we leave the door open and people walk by.
Yeah. Okay. Does she seem to cope better with the music or white noise going on, or is it about the same?
About the same.
Okay.
Well, Cathy is very energetic, and she does require a fence. And that poses a problem for some people. They need a high fence, and she needs to run. So whoever adopts her needs to have the opportunity to let her run and play. She's very, very smart and trainable. So she would easily learn when is playtime, when can I run, when can I not. But she does have a lot of energy. And here at the shelter, she has some kind of anxiety kind of behaviors where she'll spin in her kennel. I think it's when she's adopted out she doesn't do that. She learns where her home is and can settle down. But she would need toys to chew on to not get in trouble, and maybe kenneling, crating to train her. She's very, very smart. So, and fun. She's a great dog, perfect size. That's one thing really great about her is she's only probably about 35 or 40 pounds. Can pick her up and move her where you need to. She's really friendly and sweet and very attentive to you. She'll look you in the eye and want to know what to do. But yeah, she has a lot of energy, and I think that that's something that turns people off. But that can also be really fun for the right person who jogs or has children that will run, throw a ball, and play. And she jumps through hula hoops. She jumps through hoops. She jumps through the agility tubes and blocks and jumps on picnic tables. And she's really a fun dog. But it has to be the right owner who understands her energy level.
That's what this is about, is keeping Cathy safe, sane, and happy until her family shows up.